everyone. This is King-Bey reporting from Romance Slam Jam 2015. It's our 20-year anniversary. Yay! Seriously, though, I thought this would be a good time to look back at some of our history and maybe hear from a few of our family members. So I hope you enjoy. But before I start, I guess since I asked others to contribute, I should do a little something myself. The very first Black romance book I ever read was Beyond Desire. My sister Tanya told me about it, and I wasn't too much into romance back then. It didn't do anything for me. So she gave me this book, and she's like, oh no, you're going to like this. And she always recommends good books for me because she knows what I like. So I read this book, with doubts, and I absolutely loved it. And then I had to get everything Gwen Forster ever wrote up to that point. So I was like, oh man, I just love her. And then I couldn't get enough. Over the years, I bought that book 3 times, 2 times in print, read it too much, and the covers came off, so I gave the books away. So now I have to read ebooks. So, oh my goodness, I just love that book, and that started my love of Black romance. So I thank my sister for introducing me to Black romance. I thank all you authors for continuing to write it and feed my addiction. I thank you readers for reading my stuff that I write, and I hope you all have a great time. Happy anniversary, everybody. Have a great day.
I'm Denise Jeffries, author. I write African American romance. The first African American romance novel that I read was Felicia Mason's Body and Soul, 1996. As you see, I've held on it ever since then. I actually even have in here Not for Long because no one's getting this book from me. I had never read African American romance before and was a little leery about it in the beginning because the only thing that I was familiar with was Harlequin historicals, and they really didn't do it for me. However, this book introduced me to strong Black men. I love them. Strong Black women. I love them. And happy endings. Totally love happy endings. If you put that together with no fluff, because this is the real world. We struggle, we fight for what we want, and we win. I am a sucker. It was Felicia who mentored me from inception of my first book all the way to today. We still see each other, write together, toss ideas off of each other. She was actually the author who introduced me to Romance Slam Jam. Thank God for Felicia Mason and Body and Soul.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Latoya Smith, and I'm executive editor at Sam Hain Publishing. I'm so excited to meet and see every one of you at this week's conference, and I hope you have a great time. Let's see. My first memory of Black romance. I have to say, amazingly, it wasn't technically romance. It was actually Black Girl Lost by Donald Goings. And I remember reading that book and really just feeling a connection with the two characters. They were sort of, wayward, they were troubled, they really didn't have anything, and yet when they met each other, they kind of had this crazy, inexplicable love that neither of them really expected. And although it ended tragically, that was the first time that I think I really read a story that was so powerful romantically. And I felt like after that, I kind of started looking for more and more books featuring Black romance and Black romantic characters. And my first publishing job was actually at Kensington, where I worked on Black romance. That was actually one of my very first editorial projects. So I guess Black romance really helped establish my career. And so going forward, As many of you know, I took on a position with Samhain Publishing as executive editor, and we're really looking forward to bringing more and more Black and multicultural romances because there is a demand for them, and there aren't many of them being published at a lot of the publishing houses. So I hope that I'll get to meet many of you and learn more about you and your romantic books. And yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting every one of you. If you'd like to connect with me, I'm on Facebook. Just look up Latoya Smith. I'm also on LinkedIn, and you can learn more about me and Samhain at www.samhainpublishing.com. Take care. Bye.
I loved books since the age of 16, but something that never dawned on me is the fact that none of the heroines looked like me. They weren't strong African American women. Until 1997, when I was in a bookstore, and I remember the clerk coming to me and saying, "Hey, I know you enjoy romance books and historicals. Let me tell you about an author who just released a new book." I was game. So she took me over and showed me Topaz by Beverly Jenkins. I was blown away. You mean African American characters? You mean romance and historical? My best friend and I sat in our room on the Air Force Base and devoured this book over and over again. We ended up sending Beverly Jenkins a letter thanking her for her writing African Americans and a historical time that we both appreciated and wanted to know more about. Weeks later, she replied. I was blown away. But my love for African American romance, it didn't stop there. I then became members of Arabesque BET, their book club. Oh my gosh, as they came in the mail each month, I was ecstatic. I might have gone on to write my own books, but it never stops me from loving and reading everything about African American romance. So I just want to say, hats off to you, Romance Slam Jam. We're at 20 years and still counting.
Hi everyone from the Slam Jam. I am Mary Hodges, Deatri King-Bey's mom. I want you all to know I'm going to miss you a whole lot this year because I won't be able to make it. But I just wanted to tell you about the first time I ever saw a Black author in a bookstore. We used to have a Walden Books here in Decatur, Illinois. We're out in the center part of Illinois. And I went in there and there was Beverly Jenkins, The Taming of Jessie Rose. I'm going to get the name out right yet. It was wonderful. I had never seen a Black author before in any bookstore. And believe me, I looked. And when I found that book, I started really looking for Black authors, but that was it. I loved it. And I love all of you all for doing your part, writing them books. Just keep on doing it. And I'm going to miss you this year.
Hi, I'm Shannon Chris, an associate editor at Harlequin Kamani Press. Welcome to Harlequin's New York office. Harlequin Kamani revolutionized African American romance, giving authors a consistent platform to build their readership. Readers are guaranteed 4 monthly stories that deliver to the promise of sophisticated, soulful, and sensual, multicultural heroes and heroines. The characters are complex and endearing, and seek to develop fulfilling relationships as they lead lives full of drama, glamour, and passion. Harlequin has a rich history of contributions and dedication to this genre. Harlequin Kamani Romance began in 2006, and next year we honor our 10-year anniversary. This line features veterans like Brenda Jackson, who's written over 100 titles and celebrates 20 years in publishing this May. Also Donna Hill, who will be celebrating 25 years of publishing in June. This slide has highlighted other notable pioneers in African American romance like Rochelle Allers, Adrienne Bird, Caleb Parent, and the late Gwen Foster. In addition to best-selling and fan-favorite authors like Farrah Rashan, Deborah Fletcher Mello, and Pamela Yaye. Our authors continue to enrich this genre and lead the way for exciting up-and-coming writers like Sherelle Green and Candace Shaw. I love that this editorial reflects the diverse world we live in, now more than ever. Thank you to Romance Slam Jam for recognizing these talents, and congratulations on 20 years. Quite the accomplishment.
The first romance novel I read was Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. I remember at the time I didn't think romance was a genre I would ever get into, but after reading books like Indigo and seeing all that a romance novel could be, I changed my mind.
My name is Celeste Norfleet, and I was first published in 2002 with a book entitled Priceless Gift. It featured Louise Mamalou Gates. I have written many genres, but my favorite would always be African American romance. I miss you at Slam Jam, wish I was there, but I hope to see you next year. Have a great time. Bye.
Hi, it's Tony Bonita. As I sit here surrounded by a plethora of previous Romance Slam Jam t-shirts, I can only think about all the friendships I've made and all the fun I've had over the past few years. Dee asked me to tell her about my first Romance Slam Jam. My first Slam Jam was in Orlando, Florida. I drove to Orlando with no reservations, no hotel, and not knowing a soul. However, the friendships that I've made over the years have been lasting. Meeting people that I've known online, seeing people that I've talked to online, from Yahoo groups now to Facebook, has been amazing. Those of you who are attending your first Romance Slam Jam, look forward to having loads of fun, making lots of new friends, and enjoying life. This is a fun place to be. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do.
Hi, my name is Harriet, and I'm here to talk about my first Romance Slam Jam. It was in Chicago, 2008, and I found out about Romance Slam Jam through Ms. Beverly Jenkins' website about where she would be attending an event. Now, by this time, I had read a lot of African American authors, and knowing that this conference was going to have a lot of them there really excited me. I felt like a kid on Christmas. And so packed up my clothes, not too many clothes, a lot of books, because I wanted them signed, and I was off. And when I arrived there, I was a little bit nervous kind of thing, but you know what I found out about Romance Slam Jam? It's basically a family reunion. You know, they're wonderful people, they're engaging, they're fun to be with. So I was soon put at ease, and I just had a great time. I met the authors that I love to read, and they were wonderful and nice to me. So all I can say about Romance Slam Jam is I haven't been to any other book conferences, but this one, it really feels like going home. Enjoy.